Welcome back, Mzansi. It's such a cold morning in South Africa today. I hope all of you are keeping warm wherever you are. But to bring the heat to you, I'm speaking to somebody who I think is the blueprint of excellence. She is literally a woman of power, purpose, and just poise. She's an internationally acclaimed actress, a UNCHR Goodwill Ambassador, and of course the founder of the Nomzamo Lighthouse Foundation. Over the past decade, Nomzamo Mbatha has used her light to illuminate and take care of South Africa's very, very less fortunate. Nomzamo has been speaking to people and just growing careers all over. As we commemorate Youth Month, we're speaking to her today just to see how she has been creating opportunities and just giving people dignity. Let's welcome Nomzamo Mbatha. How are you?
I'm so wonderful. I'm freezing.
I know, but when we were speaking to royalty here. See what I did there?
Where there's a state of mind, I see you.
Nomzamo, you never sit down. How have the past few months been for you on and off the camera?
Yeah, I feel like, in The Color Purple, all my life I had to fight. But these past couple of months have been incredible. They've been absolutely amazing. I feel like I'm at a new pivot in my life. I feel like I'm doing purposeful work. I feel like I've stepped into my destiny, into the legacy that I'm creating for myself for the rest of my life. It's been fun. I do the thing that I really love, which is to travel. I love to travel, but also I love doing good and making good famous. So just being purposeful about that. And of course, our show's coming out.
Of course.
And so I'm so excited about that I get to work with incredible brands. I get to advocate for the world's most marginalized. And then I also get to just be in front of the camera and behind the camera as an executive producer and just live out my wildest dreams. It's been an amazing time, Alfie.
Oh, it's absolutely so beautiful to walk and just live in your purpose.
Yeah.
Because every single day just is worth living. All right?
You're doing that.
I'm trying. I try. You founded the Nomzamo Lighthouse Foundation in 2015.
Yeah.
Right? And over the past decade, you've been doing so much, impacting people. Tell us about that.
It's been an incredible journey. In 2015, it was just almost like a culmination of who I've always been. I was in advocacy work when I was still a teenager in school. The first time I left South Africa, I went to Kenya with Save the Children Sweden, and I was doing all this amazing work. And then when I garnered the fame, it was just a natural progression to use my platform for good. And I think by the year like 2016, 2017, we were like, okay, we need to formalize this thing so that we can be able to work with more partners and branch out. We can be able to have a greater reach where it doesn't feel like a noble act, but something that's purposeful and something that has actually, actual strategy and vision. And so that's how it kind of came together in just the formalization of it. And I think the journey has been incredible. The Lighthouse can boast and say we have 300 graduates under our belt.
300?
Absolutely.
Wow, that deserves a round of applause.
Thank you. Because when we started, it was about eradicating debt. And we had about 150 students in the first year. We were able to eradicate their student loans.
My goodness.
People who could not be able to graduate, who couldn't get their certification because of, that outstanding fee. So we know that we can be able to boast in that. And also just like assisting young people across the country in primary schools and high schools, that's the core of my being.
Yes.
That's the calling of my heart. And to see that our work can be able to impact communities. Yay! I was a beneficiary in, ngiyabonga sis Nomzamo. So who's this Nomzamo phela?
Nomzamo.
Yeah, so who's this Nomzamo? But yeah.
It's been 10 years, all right?
Yeah.
And you have done so much to children all across the country, all right?
Yeah.
But I want to understand, how is the focus of child-headed households been a huge factor in what you do? And why did you identify that gap specifically?
Alfie, we're going to get personal a little bit here. I was raised in a child-headed home. I was raised in an elderly-headed home. And I'll say child-headed not because of anything, but because my uncles and my father died when I was quite young. and the responsibility to assist my grandmother in the household kind of fell on me. I had my older brother and my older sister. And so we then became the people who had to assist, you know, in navigating the household, how to go about things. If there's any crisis, if there's a grocery list, I'm writing the grocery list. My grandmother's pension, I'm counting it. And I'm saying, okay, so grosa la, so tenga la, so genza ini, lesia idege, ya tokotela le. So, and also because you grew up in Guamash, and so you're very much exposed to child-headed homes, and particularly after the HIV and AIDS epidemic, when it really ravaged so many families. For me, it was the main focus. I said, there's so many young people who are left parentless, who are running their households. We've got to be able to. You know, so many 16, 17-year-olds who had to drop out of school because they've got to go and find a piece job so that they can take care of their younger siblings. So really, the focus of child-headed homes was very important to us.
Sure. That's how diamonds are made in the rough. And it just goes to show that she's really been cooked. Thank you so much for joining us, Nomzamo. You look absolutely amazing. And may you keep on shining wherever you go, whether here or international.
I have to speak about one more thing before you chase me away. One more. We just announced an incredible partnership with the Lighthouse Foundation, where we are launching the literacy program called Beyond Words. We want to find the most amazing schools around the country. Yes. We want to refurbish, renovate, and fully kit out libraries, because we are about reading for meaning. The statistics speak for themselves, and we got the incredible endorsement from the Minister of Basic Education. So, when the time comes, please submit your schools. We want to find your impeccable students, and we want to give them the tools, the vocabulary, and the language to save their lives.
Make sure you get your school onto that list. I know Carissa has got the news headlines in Cape Town. Carissa, what's going on in the mother city? Love her.